crafty entrepreneurs. I have this embellishment from Kane Company. There's 20 snowflakes. I just think these snowflakes are so pretty. There's a foam square in the back. I can use this for making my greeting cards, which makes things really easy. And then it dawned on me, I can make my own snowflakes using my Cricut designs space and using my Cricut machine. Whether it's a Joy, a Maker, or Explorer, I can make my own. So I did. And I used it to make this greeting card, Warm Winter Wishes. This was actually made with the Cricut marker. And I made this, of course, using the foam squares with my Cricut machine, and then the papers, I just cut it manually. So I'm going to show you how to make this snowflake using Cricut Design Space. Okay, I wanted to show you guys how I make snowflakes or any other kind of image so that you can create embellishments for your cards, your scrapbooks, or you can convert them into cake toppers or even cupcake toppers. So I'm going to start off with just this basic shape like a snowflake. If you don't have access to Cricut Access, which is a subscription, that's okay. I'm going to do one with free. So what we're going to do is, right now I have a blank canvas. I am going to click on the left-hand side. I'm going to click images. Now, if you notice here, clear this real quick. Cricut Design Space, Cricut Access has over 250,000, but you have to have a subscription. And you'll know if an item is for free or has a subscription from Cricut Access if there's an A on the left-hand side, like I see here, like handmade, this coffee one, if there's a price on it, you know, if you don't, so you can buy it. But in this case, I just want completely free images, and I want a snowflake. Now these are free, right? And then there's free with an A. I do have access to Cricut Access. I am a subscriber, so that's why there's this A, but I'm going to try to pick one that's not like that one, like this one. This one's a great one. It's free. It's a cut file. That's what the little scissors means. Okay, free. Wake me up when winter is over. That's funny. Then there's this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, I like this one because it's layered and it's free. I'm going to save that for future reference. I'm going to click on that. If you notice, there's a green box around the snowflake. That means that I've selected that. And also at the bottom, if you notice here, it is, it's at the bottom. So it means it's going to put that one into the, onto the canvas. I like this one and this one, but let's pick this one. And I kind of like that one too, but nah, I'm just going to stick with this one. So those are the two, and I'm going to, all the way at the bottom right side, it says add to canvas. I'm going to click on that. Sometimes when you click more than one item, it kind of clumps together. So I'm just going to highlight this, okay, with my mouse. And then on the right side, it says, you see there's two snowflakes. You're going to, and then it says group, and it says ungroup. I'm going to ungroup them, okay? So there it is. I'm going to put the snowflake on my card. So I'm going to make sure that it's no bigger than 3 inches. Yeah, that's good enough. This one's about 3 inches, so I can leave that one alone. For some reason, if you look all the way on the right side on this panel, it shows that it has multiple bases. So let's just look at that. See that? So there's two. This is the background. This is, I want these two to go back together like so. So I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to put group. Okay, so now they're all together. Something I want to point out to you, in case you may or may not know. Right now, this is layers. You're seeing the layers on your screen on the canvas, right? And then there's another tab here that says color sync. So it's saying there's 3 different kinds of colors. Maybe I don't want 3 different kinds of colors. So what do? Is I select this one. And then on the top, right underneath entitled, there's arrows, so I can do an undo or I can do an undo. It says this is going to be a basic cut, and we're going to use black cardstock. I don't want that. I want some of the ones that it's already been used. So these are the two other colors that have been used on this mat. So I'm just going to pick one. Now they're all on the same mat. I can go back and click on layers. But I do like the idea of having a layer here. So what I'm going to do is, this is already selected, and I am going to go underneath the word title, and I am going to click on the word that says offset. And that says you can make it like a square or you can make it round. And now you can see that, right? But I think it's a little too thick. So I'm just going to move it to the left. Went too far. I like that. I like that shadow. So it's just kind of giving me a preview with the blue outline. And I'm going to apply that. Now, if you notice, it says beta. That means they're still working out all the kinks. But it looks fabulous. Oh no, it says the shadow is going to be black. I think I should match what the other one looks like. So I'm going to click on the box with the color, and voila. So now I have, if I go back to the color sync, just two colors. Okay. Now I'm going to make it. As you see here, there's two different mats on the left-hand side, right? With the two different colors. Maybe I just don't want to make just two snowflakes. Maybe I want a whole page of snowflakes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the little arrow, or you could type it in and see what happens. Oops, it made 2 pages. Okay, maybe I don't want that. Let's do 6. Well, that looks good. But there's still 2 pages, but there's still plenty of room. So I want to show you. It has here, there's a box, correct? Right underneath, right where there's a snowflake selected. That is the measurements that Cricut Design has. Like space-wise that it allotted to that particular image, but I can technically move it with my arrow. I can on the right-hand side spin it. So I can technically squeeze some more. Okay. All right, let me try to, there. All right. So let's move these 2 snowflakes to the first one, right? Move object. So if you noticed, I'll do it again if you missed it. And there it is. So I am going to put this one here because there's plenty of room. All right, next one. There's plenty of room here. Now I can move the object. So there's the 3 little dots. I can move the object or I can hide it. What do I mean by hide? That means it's gone. Can I bring it back? No. So just kind of let you know that. The other thing that's really cool is it says mat size. This is the mat size. The standard is the 12 by 12. But maybe I don't have a 12 by 12 paper. Maybe I have an 8 by 11. Okay. I mean, 8.5 by 11, which is a pretty standard letter size, right? If it's vinyl, it might be 12 by 24. And that's the really long mat, right? But in this case, it's a 12 by 12. So we can select that. And I am going to move this back because once you take this, move it over, voila. Okay. Now I see this mat number 2 is completely blank. That's how I want it. Mat 3, the light color, you see some there. And now I'm going to click on mat number 4 and I'm going to move these. Move to this mat. It's going to go on top until I move it. Okay. Go back to mat number 4 by scrolling down on the left-hand side. Click on the 3 dots, move. And we'll put this one here. I think I can stick this one down here. Yep. And nothing's touching, nothing's overlapping. And voila. Okay. So that's what I want. Now I can go to continue. So it's telling me to make sure that my Cricut machine is turned on. You're going to click on, I already have some ones that I tend to use the most, but I'm going to show you how to select it. You're going to go to browse all materials. Let me show you again where that is. So it's number 1, set the base, and you're going to click on, go to the right. It says browse all material, and it's going to show you everything you can cut with your machine. Okay. So right now it says compatible to whatever machine I have. Or I can click on all materials, or I can click on, these are my favorites. So I've selected some favorites, but I'm going to show you compatible. So right now I'm using the Explorer. And so see, they have all kinds of artboard, poster board, metallic board, foam, cardstock. What I find is that cardstock for intricate designs tends to do really, really well with regular cardstock and glitter cardstock. So that became my favorite. And all I have to do to make it my favorite is click on the little star. Okay. But it says I have too many, so no problem. Okay. I tried to click on the wrong one there. Okay. So once you're done, you're going to scroll all the way down. If there's a material that doesn't work on any of these, that's not letting me hit done for some reason. Let's see why. So you're going to click done. Right now I didn't do anything, so I'm just going to click X out. All right, excellent. So I'm going to click, oops, that's the wrong one. Hit cancel. Selected the wrong one. Continue. Sorry about that. And I'm going to pick cardstock. There's medium cardstock, and then there's for intricate. And I usually do more. And I click on this, remember my settings. Now, it says here, load tools and material. That's step number 2. No tool required in clamp A. Excuse me, A stands for accessories, and then B stands for blade. So clamp A, we're not using any special tools. It's saying load the fine point blade. Usually that's the blade that comes with your box, your initial, whatever machine you have. That's the fine point blade. That you're going to use that for most of the projects. Now it's telling me to load the mat. So I'm going to put the cardstock onto the 12 by 12 mat. And I'm going to put it into the machine. And then I'm going to click on the little arrow button, which is already blinking on your machine. And once you do that, it's going to give you the next step. It's very intuitive. Then it says press go. And there underneath it says press the flashing go button, which is the little Cricut. Now that's going to be present. And then you're going to click on that and it's going to start to cut the material. Okay. All right. I'm not going to do that right now because I've already done it. So I'm going to hit cancel. But once it's done, it's going to then load you to the next mat. And you'll know because this is highlighted. See? And then they'll go to the next one. So you unload it by pressing the little arrow button. It's going to unload it, remove all the pieces, load it again with the new color. Or in this case, I could use glitter on the top or white on the top and glitter in the back, whatever you choose, or just use plain cardstock. That's awesome too. And you load it up, press the little button with the arrow. It's going to prompt you to the flashing C button for go. You press on that and it's going to cut the second one. Once that's done, you hit the arrow button to unload the mat and you're going to hit cancel. You're done. And you're going to go back to this screen. Now, for me to save it, I'm going to click on save at the top and I'm going to name it Snowflakes. And I'm going to put free. And then you get to decide what collection. You could do Christmas, you can make winter, you can do whatever you want. I usually tend to use this for Christmas, and I tend to use these snowflakes for cards. And so I'm just going to put into those 2 collections. You can also put it for cake toppers. And then hit save. Okay. Fantabulous. All right, so now you are done. Congratulations. I hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned for the next pieces.